So, Shabby FS Hub, as the week opens, this will be our focus. And though the chart is very messy, but I've been on this chart for the last 1 hour, to look at it, to see what went wrong and what's going right. We'll see here that we'll have three layers we must pay critical attention to: the black line, the red line, the blue line, and let's change this one to this might really not be too important, but let's include it. And the purple, it's not too important. But the most important here are the black line, the red line, and the blue line. These are zones of market reaction. Buying and selling happens in zone. So when market break a structure, let's say for an uptrend market breaks a supply zone, it moves to the next level. That next level becomes in demand and it has to complete the cycle. And when we look at the market here, moving from November price action, we see a break of structure at this level where price creates a demand floor and a break of a demand floor and came back on retest. And this is the structure from November. And in fact, the current price action that SAU adopt is from November price action. That November price action is what constitutes the trend angle. Now look at it. This is the November price action. So when we clone it and we take it to the roof, so that will now make our new supply roof. So watch out for this. If we have a possible upswing, if we have a possible upswing, most likely price will react on that roof as our new supply zone. And the same way we have cloned it to bring the structures down, and it proves to be 100% accurate. The accuracy in it shows that it's well calibrated. So what does this mean? That a lot is still going to happen more in the future. Now we'll have a descending trend line connecting the previous all-time high, 2,700 and 2,798, almost getting to 2,800, 2,790, 98, 97. Now, what happened is that when we connect that high and we connect it with 2,721, which was our descending trend line, before we had a fake breakout. This was a fake breakout. And when price broke out from that structure was stopped by the supply roof that held these two structure, that is November and another November structure. So that was what stopped this price. And then when we look at it again, we can also see that stoppage from another beautiful price action at this level, have a break and retest at this level. So it's not just only that there are multiple confluence to that rejection, and this is one of them, which I spotted immediately, and I have to address it. You can see that we have a break of structure at that level, and you have a price here forming a double top, price breakout, and a retest. Look at the retest. This is where price formed a support structure, bought again, and when it came down, it broke the structure. And when it returned back, it stopped it. So this bears multiple witness that the next price action, what this means is that it might even pull beyond this. So if price comes here, it might want to extend up to 2,788, 2,784. So we are going to include this in our price action. We are going to include it and possibly see if we can change the color, hoping that when price returns at this level, we have a bearish drop. So I'm going to change the color to yellow. So it makes a whole lot of sense to see that buying potential will pull into that zone where we look out for a potential bearish opportunity. And let's see, let's see how it goes. So yes, we've spotted it to green. I think green is okay. So this is where what happened, and that is how that price action was gotten at the first place. We have here price establishing a demand structure, break of a demand structure, and when price came, it broke the supply rule, but respected it as a demand structure. Break of the demand structure returns again as a supply roof one, supply roof two, and this becomes our new supply roof. So this might be a little bit tentative. Price might come here, and sellers might not be able to hold the market. So if you are here, just be very careful. Don't put all your risk at that level that buyers might want to extend it back. Why are they extending it back? The market will want to sell from where the previous sell happened. But you want to sell there at break of that high. What does this mean? When we had a break of structure at this level, market came and sold here. This is our last major sell. This is our last major bearish sell. If market wants to happen again, it will want to sell on this roof. This roof is a green ascending trend line. You can see the structure. You can see the structure. And if you look at it again, this one sold at the rejection level of this very last bearish drop. If we draw a horizontal structure, we will see that it sold exactly at the same point, 2,721, with a little add-on to it. So what we see is that they all happen at the same supply roof. This selling happened at the same supply roof, and if we make a zone out of it, it makes a whole lot of sense to see there's no more difference between 2,721 and 2,726 where the sniper entry occurred. So for us to have a good point of entry on a possible swing, all eyes must be fixed on the green ascending trend line. The green ascending trend line becomes your new hypothetical supply roof. So at this level, you begin to see that if price moves into this zone, price might want to disrespect the supply roof. Yes, it might want to disrespect it. So it might not hold. Sometimes you ask yourself, why do supply roof do not hold? The reason a supply roof do not hold is because market is dynamic. That is the reason. So whatever is doing, the whole idea, the whole thing surrounding demand and supply is for an institutional trader to do what is best for them. They only do what is best for them. So at this rate, I begin to see that there's a potential swing where we see price swing into this price action. This is also another beautiful, nice price action we have here. So save this chart, go through it and analyze it. We have here demand floor, break of a demand floor. Price came here, break of a supply roof, and respect supply roof as a new demand floor. And when price came, broke the demand floor, used as a supply roof. Supply roof test one, this becomes your retest candle, and this new RT, yeah, retest after a break of structure. This is a retest after a break of structure. And we also have this again as another retest after a break of structure. This is another retest after a break of structure. And the price came here. This is also another retest. It's also a retest, and as well as, or let's call it a resistance become support, and also a retest candle. That will make a whole lot of sense to see that. So let's take this out and make it an ROS RT. ROS RT means a retest becomes, resistance becomes support on break of structure, and as well a retest candle to a broken structure. So it's serving two function, and we have here as a supply roof and as a potential ROS zone that with price returns at this level, we look out for a potential bearish opportunity. And when we look at our previous descending trend line breakout, where we have price tapping from the previous all-time high connecting 2,721, and price came lastly, retested it, and you see when price broke the structure, it retested that structure. So on retest that structure, that was what gave birth to another pushing price, which ended in 2,723.24, and price made its way back. On its way back, it also respected the structure, it's within the zone. Now, what happened after that is that price ultimately came down, broke that structure, and started to play below supply. So he played on multiple times, first touch, and that was what gave us a 2,584, another floor that aligns with the trend angle which we got from our previous price action. Remember, we cloned the structure from here all the way from here. When we cloned that structure and we brought it down to where the buying rejection happened, and it's at the same level. It's at the same level where, so this becomes a potential buy floor. So this will be your new demand floor where you look if price returns because of the price action at this level is strong, where price has shown a potential bullish opportunity at this level. and at this level. And I believe if price managed to return here, that will also be an opportunity to look for a position for buy. And when price finally came to that structure the second time, it respected it. After respecting it once, respected it twice, and finally broke out of the structure and came down to retest it. So this becomes an RT. It's not just ordinary RT, this is an SRRT. A support become resistance on break of structure and also a retest candle. So, and that was what happened. And on Monday, price of upswing after touch of 2016, 2014, that bullish move started. Now you see we have a chart pattern at this level. Look at the roof, look at the floor, and market is playing on it. And by close of Friday, market tapped into the floor. But believe it or not, market closed below the floor. That's an indication. Market closed below the floor after tapping into two floors. It tapped into a higher supply zone in the zone of 2,700, 2,697, and the market barely escaped closing above the supply roof. If the market closed above the supply roof, the coming week would have opened a continuous buy. But right now, patience has to be applied. To allow New York session come, we want to see if this close below this roof. Because look at the establishment. Let's look at it. You see price establishing here after break of structure. This becomes ROS1, ROS2, ROS3, ROS4. And the market pierced through this temporary 4 hours supply roof, but closed below it. Closing below this structure is not something I want to see. But however, the market has crossed an important mark. So what we want to see is to see how 2664, 2665 is being defended because this is a critical level for buyers. The buyers are holding this level due to the break of structure at this level. When you look at it, price have formed here a demand floor. After a break of structure, price came here as demand, break of this structure become here as supply, and price return again as a supply roof, as a supply roof, as a supply roof, and the break of a supply roof, and price returns now on demand. Test one, test two. By volatile season of New York session, price came and retested this demand floor in New York session exactly at 11. So this New York time is around 2 o'clock, 2, 3 o'clock. Price came here to retest this level after the fundamental analysis was released. And despite the economic data being in favor of the greenback, gold buyers managed to hold position firmly. They managed to hold 665 firmly. 665, 667 was held firmly. So what we see is that we have a larger picture here, a roof and a floor. So what happened is that price rejecting the higher level roof in the zone of 2,700. So patience has to be applied to see if price will want to fulfill this chart pattern. If price want to fulfill this chart pattern, the New York session will tell us that means we want to see a retracement by open Sydney Asia session or possibly London session. We want to see what they will do. If London session brings a volatility as London market open, we want to see if it's possible for price to continue to pull to come to this zone. Or if London market continue to buy, then we want to see a break of this structure. So a break of this structure will ultimately expose price into a higher 2,700 zone, indicating a more stronger bullish presence. So at the moment, the choppy candles are really, and the most important thing we spotted here is price rejecting a particular floor. Rejecting 2,664, 65, 67 is an indication of a potential upswing. But for us to see the presence of the buy liquidity, we want to see price break out from this range. You can see this is a temporary range. You can see the floor, the roof, the floor, the roof, the floor. Now we have another roof topped, and this is the floor. So if price returns here at this floor, honestly, I do not feel like going long anymore. The reason is because it's now going to deal with here. A broken demand floor will become a supply roof. So if that happens, it might not be a good idea to jump in for a buy because at this level, you might be resisted. So we don't want to see price cross this level. So if price continue to trade the way it's trading on this one, then we know that this will be an area where you continue to look for buy opportunity.